Alright folks, hello and welcome back to Downstage Gaming. I am your host Josh, and this is part 23 of our Let's Play of Paradise Killer. When we last left off, we had finally gotten into that dang vault because we'd gotten enough friendship points with Henry, I guess. We had a chat with Witness recently as well as Crimson, and we're continuing to just kind of catch up with people and get the last bits of things we need. Yuri is pretty close, and we've got certainly some accusations to make against Yuri, so, you know, why not? What's up, my friend? Not really my friend, but you know. Oh yeah, we got quite a bit here. I've scanned your phone. You can have it back now.
Freak.
Believe me now, freak? No, I don't. The phone records prove my alibi.
The truth is
There's a
revealed.
10-minute period where your phone went dark. Your alibi has a hole.
The investigator
Lydia
is
told
here.
me she lost contact with you last night during this 10-minute window. She tried to contact you while she was waiting at the Paradise Gates just before the murder.
Huh?
And...
Why?
were you in the council building? You didn't want to be contacted?
Nonsense.
Of course not.
Don't make
The
me
reality
laugh.
folding drive might have disrupted the communications. At the end of an island, the folding drive does a final burst of power. Burst to power both islands during the transition. The radiation sometimes causes localized areas of communication and electrical interference.
That's weird.
That seems convenient.
Don't be naive.
What do you want
freak.
me to say? I heard you're missing a ring, Yuri.
What?
Of what interest is that to you? Is it this one? Give me that.
Paradise
It's
feels
impolite to snatch. Want to tell me what it's doing in the fist of KHX's dead body?
You've got
I have
nothing
no
on me.
idea. He made it for me, and I lost it. Someone probably found it and gave it to him, recognizing his work.
Sure.
Probably. Anything else you want to tell me?
No.
I don't know anything else, freak.
Why?
Why did you shut the boat trips down early, Yuri?
What business is it of yours?
Just answer the question. It was part of shutting down the island, ready for the end. But why? It never normally happens, and none of the other systems were shut down prematurely.
Insufferable.
Don't question how I do my job, freak. I had some security worries and shut it down.
The facts and the
Did it have
truth
anything to
are
do
not
with a
the
dead
same.
body at the bottom of the cliff?
What?
What dead body?
How
I have
dare
no idea what you're talking about, but surely this is the jurisdiction of the marshals. You're supposed to be investigating the council murder.
I need to investigate
It might
this.
be linked.
The facts and the truth
Did you have
are not
anything
the
to do with
same.
it?
No.
Definitely not, freak. A lot of bad coincidences, then. Must be. Yuri looking more and more suspicious by the moment. Do you know why a book that you took from the library was in Henry's safe? Nothing to do with me.
Paradise feels
Henry
wrong.
says a stranger passed him a forbidden book and told him to keep it a secret. That book is one you accessed.
What are you talking about?
Not sure you can prove that, freak. If I remember correctly, the library vaults only record entry and exit, not what was read or taken. You just happen to know that. No, freak. I don't just happen to know that. I use the vault to acquire books for the architect. I know how the system works because I use it often. Did you access the library vault and give forbidden books on demonology to Henry? No.
When love
You're the
dies,
only one of
all
the
that
suspects who
remains
accessed
are
that
facts.
vault.
Insufferable.
That doesn't mean the book came from me. Yuri, let's rap for a second. You and me, let's get a beat going.
Worthless.
Rap?
The facts and the
You
truth
put a
are
key
not
in the
the
nightmare
same.
computer, connected to the obelisk on the beach, and activated them. What are you talking about?
Is this a fact?
You did, I've got the
Or the
logs.
truth?
Don't worry, someone else accessed them, but they were more intelligent than you and used a wireless access device.
Insufferable.
More intelligent! The insects on this island can barely tie their shoelaces, let alone figure out the symbols on the obelisk in space. Thanks, Yuri. For what? You just told me about the symbols on the obelisk, which I didn't ask about, and you'd only know about if you'd used them. you stupid a-hole. Where did you get the key from to access the obelisk?
Insufferable.
I have no idea what you're talking about, freak.
I'm glad to be
Aw, don't hold out on me, Yuri. I know you know the secret of the second seal. I have nothing else to say. Do you know anything about the third holy seal? Of course not. They're a mystery. Stop wasting time. What do you know about the fourth holy seal? You mean the holy seal that Henry got through and then killed the council? Yes, that one.
Freak.
Who cares? That monster killed them. Let's get this show on the road. Alright, well, hey, listen, let's hang. Got time to chat, Yuri? What is it? You look like the kind of person that likes wine.
Worthless.
I do. A refined drink. I am able to enjoy expensive wine. Better wine. You're fortunate. It helps that I have access to older wines, always a sign of quality. That's not always true. Most wines are made to be consumed within their first 1 to 5 years. Trust me, freak. Older is better. You're clearly not very experienced with wine.
Freak.
Not everyone can appreciate wine. It isn't something for novices or the lower class. Nonsense. I don't think you know what you're talking about. The lower class are often jealous of those with more refined tastes. Goodbye, freak. Goodbye, Yuri. May you see through a million eyes, and may you reach the moon. Alright, well, again, yeah, it's really seeming more and more that Yuri is, suspect number 1 here. Alright, just about everyone's got new things again. I don't know how that's possible. But, let's make our way over to, Architect and Doom Jazz. Recheck in with them on a few things and hang out with them again. Because we also have a couple things that I think we're only gonna get by hanging out. Sort of similar to, how we got the vault code. Only by hanging out with Henry a certain number of times, so... Okay, she's up here. Got so much greenery, can't see where I'm going. Alright, you know what I'm doing. Let me in. Gotta talk to my fave gal. Number 1 on my contact list. Yuri claims that the reality folding drive caused a comms blackout last night. Is that something that can happen with the reality folding drive?
How dare you?
Why are you asking me? The drive is operated by Masahiro Heavy Industries, but none of their representatives are left on Paradise. You're the architect, so I thought you might know something. I can't help you with the specifics, but there have been instances of the drive causing blackouts at the end of an island.
Sure.
Did you experience it last night? No. They're localized, though, so that isn't to say it didn't happen. The drive performs a burst of power at each island. There was a lot of radiation and particles out into the air. If Yuri was in a patch of radiation, it would have caused a blackout temporarily. Do you think it is convenient that it happened around the time of the murder?
Believe what you want.
Do you? That's what I'm trying to work out. Yuri is a loyal member of the Syndicate. You do well to focus on the real suspect instead. Want to tell me what you were doing carving flesh from a god?
What?
How dare you accuse me of a vile crime like that? That is the height of heresy.
And love dies.
Crying Grudge said it
Remains.
himself.
This is nonsense.
No such thing happened. I think it did.
This is nonsense.
Then you will need some evidence. You are accusing the leader of the Syndicate of one of the worst crimes imaginable. Temporary leader. Well, let's hang after that accusation. What is it? How can you be sure that the next island will be perfect? There are no certainties in architecture and design. Both are nebulous and subjective. We can never be sure that the design of the next island will be perfect. Why are people calling it Perfect 25? The mind always looks for reassurance, something concrete to hold on to. The world is chaotic and people crave respite.
We have achieved perfection.
We believe we have solved the problem of demonic corruption. The Syndicate seized upon this as a sign of success, a sign of perfection. Do you think it will be perfect?
Craft is its
As
own
close
reward.
as we've come to it. The Syndicate has so many problems to solve with the islands. Our work is always undermined by the threat of demonic corruption. We cannot do our holy work while our home rots around us.
Sure.
Can the Syndicate cope if Perfect 25 fails? It won't fail. Hypothetically.
I am the leader.
Concentrate on your investigation. Let me worry about perfection. Alright. May the silent goat walk with you. And may you reach the moon. So I imagine there's going to be a lot of that going on for the next little bit. A lot of us having like 2 questions to ask a person that we get through relatively quickly. And then us just having a little hangout sesh and then moving on to our next friend / suspect. Team Jazz. Time for us to flirt some more. You know how it is. I've also got some relatively important things to ask you about. Some things I've found. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? Can't say I did. They're pretty unusual. Alright. What about death screams? Could they cause an adrenaline burst?
I see.
Maybe, but I don't know how you'd weaponize a death scream. What about one of these?
Theoretically?
It looks like it records death screams. Is that a directional speaker?
Sure.
It is. How would you record a death scream? You could record the brain activity using electrodes. This device looks like it has a crystal in it. Some crystals are capable of recording emotions. The death scream gets written to that, and upon stimulation, the crystal would output the scream. It's a one-shot use, though. You can see that the crystal is burnt out. I could never experience the death screams as I'm not a sufferer. I presume you want my opinion, though? The demon that possessed Henry is attuned to psychic energy. This could have been used to agitate it. Handy if you wanted to turn Henry into a weapon. Sure would be. Do you give Sam blood? Yes, I do. He has a rare condition. You might have noticed he has no flesh, and his skeleton is bright red. The council approved letting him have citizen blood that is let in the temple. He developed this condition a few sequences ago. I suspect his body is starting to give out. You were friends with Eyes Kiwami?
Fabulous!
I miss the old bastard every day. He saved me during the Great Betrayal. We've been so close for so long. His passing tore a part of me out. I'm sorry to ask you this, but did you help him hide 2 births?
Why?
What? Among his possessions, there are 2 birth records. The identifying fields have been blanked out.
The island is about to
You
end.
went snooping around my friend's apartment on some bogus suspicion. Now you're here accusing me of helping him hide births of children on the island?
What?
We're done here. I'd like you, investigator, and I'll help you with any genuine lines of inquiry. But I won't tolerate this. Yeah, well, we had to try it. Got a sec, Doc? Back for more real talk? Hit me.
Wonderful!
Nothing lasts forever except the certainty of change. Quoting philosophy now. Please, some song and escape punk compilation. You were into trip hop last time I was on the island.
Wonderful!
I like to mix it up, keep it fresh. One of the citizens was abducted from the real world, had it with him. We abducted from the real world. What other phases have I missed? Got big into mathcore for a while, was drinking a lot of coffee, and Mexican hip-hop. For everything that's wrong with these islands, we at least have a lot of different people here. But punk is this island's flavor? Hopefully we will abduct someone with some more CDs for Perfect 25.
I'm worried.
You'd think a mass of oppressed citizens would mean there was more punk music on the island.
I don't like
Not
this.
allowing them access to instruments or any real means of creativity probably hinders that. Why do you think there are so many murders in the apartments?
Investigator!
Montserrat always said you can't build pyramids without slaves. Jesus! We've got enough pyramids. I agree. Catch you later, Doc. Alright. May the cosmos be a mystery. And may you reach the moon. I mean, I knew things were bad, but I guess I didn't realize they were that bad in terms of, citizens basically being like slaves. I mean, they can't even... that seems wrong based on some other things we've seen, though. Because we've seen them have, like, personal hobbies and stuff, or evidence of them having that. So the idea that they couldn't, like, have an instrument with them and play it in their free time? I don't know. I don't know a lot about the system yet, so... Alright. If we're going in the circle that we just went, then I guess next let's head back up to Sam. We can't hang out with Sam anymore, but we can ask him real quick about the blackout thing that we just got. So I assume that is what this is about. If we can figure out how to get over there, that is. Yeah, we're gonna make our way over here. Ouch. And then here's a little spot. I think we can... No. Maybe? Maybe we can get there from here? Yes, we can. Yep. And then we just head up here. Take the elevator and we're at Sam's. Alright, beautiful. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure based on what we just found there and given his response to it, Doomjazz 100% is hiding his friend's birth records, almost certainly because of some sort of affair with a citizen, which makes me think that Aisquami is probably the most likely person right now to be Henry's father. If it's someone we already sort of know. Alright, Sam. Got anything to say about this? Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? Lydia couldn't... nope, that's... Excuse me, that's Doomjazz's voice. Lydia couldn't contact Yuri for a while. Was that because of a blackout? That's what I'm trying to find out. Well, great. I'm glad we got that done. May you always live in shadow, and may you reach the moon. Alright, Sam. I'm glad we had that moment together. Next up, let's go talk with Lydia. Hang out for a quick sesh, then we'll make our way back over to Henry and Marshall. Akiko, rather. Grand Marshall. So where's Lydia from here? Right over here. Whee! Lydia, I want to go for a ride, and you are the only one with a car, so I have no choice. You guys still trying to figure out the whole, dead zone gas leak? Sorry about that. Lydia! Let's hang. We got nothing to say to you, right? Yeah, okay. Nope, didn't mean to hit that again. There we go. Let's ride!
Let's go for a drive, LD.
What's good to eat on this island? The Deep Factory nailed the meat this time. The synthetic meat, that is. Notice how there's now livestock on the island? The Deep Factory got expanded. All the meat is made from culture or bugs. There are huge caverns full of bug breeding and meat growing operations. I want to know about the taste. Does it taste good? Yeah, real good. Yuri always claims it doesn't taste like the real thing, but he's just that type. He's the pickup I dread each time. The amount of bullshit that comes out of his mouth is out of control. Thinks he's a wine connoisseur. Dude, you live on a synthetic island where the grapes are grown underground in a lab. This isn't high-end stuff. He tried to tell Sammy all about whiskey one time. Sammy renounced violence, but I thought Yuri was about to get an ice pick in his eye. Sorry, LD, didn't mean to go off. He drives me crazy. You vent all you want. He's new to me. I'll trust you on this. Ha, appreciate it. I'll drop you at the beach again. Perfect. Alright. May your specter gaze upon a star, and may you reach the moon. I still have a lot of suspicions about Lydia, but nothing nothing as concrete as where I feel about Yuri now. I definitely feel that Yuri is more suspicious, but that almost just could be that he's like worse at this, right? Like, she kind of almost said it. when she was talking with Yuri that, like, yeah, a person that was smarter than you handled this situation a lot better and a lot more subtly. Alright, where's the Crimson? You're over here. We'll go talk with Crimson. And then we will go talk with the Grand Marshal and Henry. We might just get to everyone this time around. Alright, so first, got anything to say about this? Did you experience a comms blackout last night with the reality folding drive burst? Not down here. Those are very rare, lady. If he's using that as an alibi, you need to be skeptical. Got time for a chat, Crimson? Tell me about your blessing. The 19th Island incident. It was a weird island from the beginning. Strange feeling in the air, like it was a powder keg waiting to go. About 2 centuries into it, the demonic invasion happened. Think it was a setup?
What?
You mean by the Syndicate? A conspiracy? I don't think so. We discovered an Eden cult in the apartments that convinced themselves a passing comet was the god. They were amateurs, but managed to reach out into space. The demons flooded in. How does this keep happening? Why don't we ever manage to prevent this? Try as you might, you can't stop insurrection in a society the Syndicate never learned. If you mass abduct a population and enslave them, they're going to act out. That's the secret to Perfect 25. Carmelina and Masahiro came up with psychic retarded material for the buildings. You're never going to stop citizens reaching out to the gods. The islands have to be able to withstand it. So you fought the fight and got blessed. Not just a pretty face, lady. Akiko and her marshals were pinned down at the temple. I held the line at the council building. Akiko's never forgiven me. She was convinced the demon general would go for the temple. I believed otherwise.
Good.
After the battle, the gods blessed me, and I got this new head. Story time's over, lady. Be glad I didn't charge you for this. Go save paradise instead of hanging around in a sewer. I'll be back for another story. Alright. May your journey be endless, and may you reach the moon. Yeah, because one of our leads right now that I looked at last time on a little menu is that Crimson definitely has more information about KHX, which, you know, is very logical given what we know about their whole relationship. And it's just like, we need to find out more about that. And I'm pretty sure that is not a, like, oh, I'm going to find some more evidence somewhere that I haven't found and get answers that way. I'm pretty sure that is a, we're going to hang out enough that, like, oh, well, now I feel comfortable telling you that me and KHX were doing it on the reg. That's what I assume the answer will be. Alright, so let's check in and hang out. I'm hoping this is one of the last times we're gonna hang out with these two. Because boy are they a pain to get to with that long pathway. And I know I could fast travel. But that costs blood crystals, and I like my blood crystals being in a high amount. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? No, I didn't, Netorochito. Okay, thank you. Got a minute, Akiko? You're going to die. Humor me.
Ooh,
Why do you hate me so much, Akiko? I thought you were the investigation freak. It's not hard to figure out.
Got it.
Because I haven't put a bullet in Henry yet?
She has the chance.
That's part of it. Why isn't my evidence good enough? Why am I always questioned? Why does someone always know better?
Do you want to die?
I have spent millennia protecting this island, and this is the thanks I get. We all appreciate what you do. No, you don't. Soldiers are just a necessary evil. We spend our lives in service and are discarded when we're not needed. We get some ceremonies and platitudes, and then all my troops perish with the island to start a new cycle.
I'll kill you.
We're done here. Goodbye, Netorochito. Okay. May your night be bright, and may you reach the moon.
every division.
Did you experience a blackout? Oh, we are gonna ask that. Okay. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? What do you think? Yeah. I found a forbidden tome about demonology in your apartment. What are you doing with it?
Of course.
Are you for fucking real? Is this one big fucking joke? What the fuck do you think I was doing with it? Propping up a table? I was doing some fucking demon
The
fuckingology.
investigator
Who
is
gave
here.
it to you? A stranger. We went through this already.
I have a bad feeling
Is this
about
where your
this.
memory fails you? Don't get cute. Well, hey, let's hang again. What the fuck is up with the slaughter ritual? Citizens don't get to go to the next island, so a ritual takes place where the citizens are sacrificed to the gods. The temple becomes awash with blood, and psychic energy of the deaths is directed to the gods by the High Priestess.
Of course.
Don't you think that is really fucked up? Yes. It's the worst part of this whole thing. Perfect 25 should end it. No more dead islands.
I must be the bad
But
guy,
a big
right?
fucking load of kidnapped citizens, though, right? Sounds real perfect. Whatever. See you later, Henry. Unfortunately, it appears we've not maxed out either of you, so I will once again be making the long journey home here. I wonder, can I get on top? That's what I want to do. Yeah! Now we're talking. Now we're traveling in style. Alright, well then, I think all that's left of a person we haven't talked to this time is just Witness. Yeah. Unless you're gonna count Judge, but I don't think I get to talk to Judge like that, so... We will have made our way around to literally everyone on the island. Alright, now lady, be careful on the dismount here. I don't want you getting hurt. Here we go. And... Oh, okay. So how are we gonna do with this apartment? It's gonna be up here. Whoop. And then over this way. I like this part, aesthetically speaking. This is just a nice little area. Okay, there's our elevator. And up we go to talk to everyone's favorite character. Witness!
Witness to the end.
Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? I didn't. When they have occurred before, they have always been hard to pinpoint. They don't affect the whole island. Okay. So basically no one can back that up. Want to chat, Witness? I must warn you that I'm not one for long conversations.
That's it.
Why plants?
The gods are
The gods tended to us and raised us. Maybe I can hope to have some insight into their brilliance by tending to life myself. Following in the footsteps of the gods. In my own humble way.
The gods are
They are
watching
glorious cosmic beings that our cosmic minds can barely comprehend.
us. The gods are
It is
radiant.
foolish to think that I may understand their brilliance, but maybe I can understand more of myself. If you know yourself, you can ward off falling into sin. I'll keep that in mind.
The gods are radiant.
I'm enjoying our conversations, Lady
The
Lovedeye.
gods are
There is a
watching us.
sensitive matter which we could discuss further. Absolutely, you're the first one today to give me something more. You have something you want to tell the investigator?
Of course not.
Things happened while you were in exile, Lady Lovedeyes. The architect and I became close, and we married. Whoa! It didn't last, though.
This island is full
She's
of
obsessed with a perfect island. There wasn't any room in her heart for me or the gods.
Of course not.
I've been reluctant to tell you until now, but I am worried about her. Her mind is not on the cosmos. In what way? Do you believe that you should be rewarded for your craft? That you deserve, that you should be rewarded for your craft? It's not necessary. Craft is a reward unto itself.
Surely this is a
The
joke.
architect was like that as well, but dark clouds began to gather over her. Her prayers were not as fervent as they once were. I felt her work was not being done in the name of our starborn masters. She began to crave more validation, more credit for her work.
Got it.
She architects our islands. Without her, we have nothing.
Are there gods there?
Our work is for the gods. They lifted us up, and we must do the same for them. Personal reward is a sin that pushes us from their light.
This island is full
I
of
fear
sinners.
she has forgotten this. Thank you for confiding in me, Witness. Interesting. May you fly with destroyed
I am
Eden,
still
and may you
in
reach the
glory of the
moon.
gods.
I'm curious about the spicy details of that relationship. And obviously, Carmelina probably has her own version of events that has more to do with Witness changing to be more fervently God-pleasing. Alright, so then real quick, before we finish things off here, I just want to take a look at what we have here. So, I got a photo of Grace Bloodlines from a crime scene examination. I need a medical opinion on it. Okay, so we might be able to get that from Doom Jazz if we hang out more. Carmelina took some Godflesh. What happened to it? Okay. This is what I'm curious about, because we found this way back in episode 2. Need to find one last kiss. It's possible she's in that one locked place that I haven't been able to get to yet. We could maybe take another look around there at some point. This is the one I talked about earlier. Crimson knows more about K-Shax. Need to get her opened up. Whose blood was used to open the third holy seal, and how did Henry get through the seal? A demon expert would know. There's a demon expert on this island. Maybe Witness or Carmelina, given their little secret lab thing? Alright. Well, folks, next time then we will pick up on some of that. We'll probably go around again. And have another round of conversations while we consider those last possible leads to get through. But hey, we made a nice circle and returned to exactly where we started. So isn't that nice? Until next time, this has been Downstage Gaming. I have been your host, Josh, and I will catch you all next time.